Hello pirates. Welcome to the event where this channel is started. The winter event. This year called It's a Wonderful Strife. And specifically, on the Frozen Abyss dungeon. This is a single-player map where you can choose different companions with specific buffs, trying to reach and complete the final wave, that in this case is 15, differently from the unlimited waves of the Halloween dungeon. But don't think that because it doesn't have unlimited waves, it will be easy. Each wave passed, new and stronger NPC will spawn, giving you a good challenging gameplay, especially at the start, when companions are not buffed. And that's not all. To increase the difficulty, every 4 waves there will be a boss, each one with good and challenging mechanics. But let's see some more details about it. First of all, you need the same Halloween action item, the dungeon guide, always dropped from the first event quest. When used, a countdown will start, and after that, you will be teleported into a personal map, the Dungeon Hub. In this map, the first thing you will probably notice is the amount of other quest givers, all for the base event, a part of and Snow Bunny. She is the one that give you dungeon quests, a total of 6 specific quests that ask you to collect the Christmas memories, a special currency given from the dungeon bosses, needed to unlock other of them, and dungeon market tiers. Because yes, there will be also a specific market regarding the Frozen Abyss, where items can be bought using another dungeon unique currency, humbugs. The humbugs are the main currency, given from NPCs and waves completed of the dungeon. This is the most important currency, since it is not only needed to buy market items, but also to buy and level up buffs from the NPC at the center of the map. The first buffs I show you are the personal ones. These have a duration of 24 hours when bought and can be leveled up 3 times in total. Scrooge's Protection. The most important, because it gives 20% of damage prevention each level, so until a max of 60%. Without this, it's almost impossible complete the entire dungeon. Scrooge's Revenge. It gives 50,000 more damage, and in my opinion, it's the second personal buff to choose. Scrooge's Retribution. This one can help more at the start, and if you are trying to complete the dungeon as fast as you can, even if the attribute is not so relevant, minus 0.1 second of reload time. Scrooge's Quickness. Like the one above, also this is very good to try to complete it earlier, and also to find NPCs quickly, thanks to the 20 speed per level. Scrooge's Sight. In my opinion, the only one that can be avoided. It gives you 5 range of vision, so it's good to avoid the aggressive and strong NPCs, but the other buffs are better. Even if the valor doesn't seem to be so high, they are really needed, this because the dungeon is equalized, meaning that your ship will have pre-imposed stats. So, damage, type of ammunition, speed, all will be the same and can change only thanks to the personal or companion buffs. Like the Halloween version, also the Frozen Abyss has 3 companions, but, instead to have all of them, this time only one will follow you into the dungeon, and on every run, a random companion will be chosen. Tiny Tim. The faster DPS. It has an high damage and a fast cannon reload time. His abilities help you on having more power and decrease the attack of the NPCs. I suggest him when his buffs are already on a good level, because completing the dungeon will be faster, but also the difficulty and risk will increase, since there is not heal and less defense. Note, it is possible to notice when an ability is triggered, when you see the buff icon within your buff list or near the NPC. Bob Cratchit. The Healer. If you are new to this dungeon and want to try anyway to reach an higher wave, this is the perfect companion. Bob has a good amount of damage. His strong heal and lifesteal abilities allow you to have almost always a full amount of HP, or at least to have them back quickly if hit 10. I really suggest to start to level up him to farm humbugs faster, with less risk possible, and to level up the others. Wretched Winifred. The tank? The healer? Yes, a bit of all. Winifred is a good alternative choice as a replace for Bob. She also provides a good amount of base damage, increased to her tick damage of 50,000 on every hit. Her abilities will help you on receiving a low amount of damage from NPCs and to recharge faster the amulets, increasing also their bonus. So, at the end, She's the neutral companion, more risky of when using Bob, but also less if when using Tim instead. Now that we know the personal and the companion buffs, we can start with the NPC table, but first, a very good tip about the dungeon. As mentioned before, your ship will be equalized and it will have a shorter cannon range than normal, and here the fun comes. Almost all the NPCs, a part of Jingle Ballers, Admirals and Bosses, have less cannon range than you, so you have to play with this to try to avoid huge amount of damage in higher waves or at the start, when the companions are still not so relevant. Here we go. These are the NPCs of the waves 1 to 4. Jingle Ballers and FrostHarbor. The first NPCs. They are present in all the 4 waves. Jingle is the passive and weaker version of the FrostHarbor, that instead is aggressive and has an higher damage. Frostbite. This is the kamikaze NPC. It start to be present from wave 2. It follow you with an high speed, and if touched, will cause a significant damage. The Miser. We start to have some little mechanics here. The Miser start to appear on wave 3, it's like the FrostHarbor, aggressive and also a bit stronger than him. Furthermore, if you are in his cannon range, the NPC will spawn a chain of fate under your ship, blocking you until the kill of the chain itself, or of the Miser. The Portly Gentleman. There are NPCs, there are bosses and there are also admirals. Portly Gentleman is the wave admiral and it will spawn at the end of each wave, after the counter you can see on the screen goes to 0. It has an higher amount of HP and a lifesteal ability, reducing a bit some of the damage received. Let's continue with the next wave's NPCs. The damage start to be high here, so be careful and use the range. Winter's Light and Condemnation. Basically the same type of NPCs like the first 2 of the past waves, one passive and one aggressive, but lot more stronger. Hull Breaker. Something regarding Atlantis is finally present in this dungeon. Hull Breaker is a submarine and shoot you torpedoes. It has also the stealth ability that allow him to be invisible for a short period of time. Luckily, its damage is not high like the others, so in these waves, it is considered like a safe spot when met. Fuzzywig. The stressful NPC of these waves. Fuzzy is the healer and usually it moves in a group with the others Fuzzywig, causing not only damage if there are no other NPCs near them, but also repairing enemies if instead are nearby. Chained Marley. Wave 6 to 9 Admiral. It's just a stronger version of the past wave's Admiral, more HP and an higher damage, with the ability to increase a bit his damage. Waves 11 to 14. Here the games start to be difficult. The NPCs have not only an high amount of HP, but have also a very high amount of damage. Need to be really careful and avoid their damage, especially if you are using Tiny Tim. Hailstorm and Scrooge's Bane. Always the same type like the past waves, but, as you can see from the table, a lot more stronger. Shackled Spirit. The AoE caster and also the safe spot of these waves. It doesn't make damage directly, it will drop an AoE zone under your ship and if you go out of it, a speed debuff will be applied. Furthermore, they spawn some red flags around the map that cause damage if touched. Ignorance. Like his friend of the past difficulty waves, it is the stressful one. It will probably be your fear of the dungeon. Very high amount of HP, very high amount of damage and his ability will spawn some little yellow circle that if touched will push back your ship. Furthermore, when killed, it spawn 2 minions, but this is a good point, since they are weak and when killed repair your ship. Frozen Bell. The last Admiral. Like the others, it has an high amount of HP. His ability will spawn 2 bitterness continuously. They cause you damage and it will become dangerous if too many of them are in map. This was the full list of the NPCs you can see in the Frozen Abyss. But, there's still something missing. Yes. The bosses. Every 4 waves there is a boss, each one with specific mechanics. Ghost of Christmas Past. The first boss. It has an high amount of HP and the damage is a bit less than Jingle Ballers NPCs, but it has multiple mechanics. Every tot seconds past, the main boss will disappear and 4 clones of itself will spawn at the center of the map. You just have to shoot them, trying to find the real one. When the real boss is found, a new mechanic will trigger, spawning a minion that will cause damage and lower your speed. When the boss reach a tot amount of HP instead, it start to spawn flames that follow you and cause damage if touched. Two type of minions will also spawn on this phase, but are just there to distract, doing nothing. Ghost of Christmas present. The second boss. Even if it seems something that will one-shot you, is instead the easier one in my opinion, this because of one of his ability. The first one, happen every tot seconds and consist to an attack charge. Basically, the boss target you, spawning a little red AoE under your ship and charge an attack, that if it has success, will cause a significant damage. During all the fight, it will spawn also gifts that if collected can give heal, or, damage X time to your ship. The other ability starts when the boss reach 50% of HP. One consists in multiple zones around the boss, that will increase with the time and cause damage if in it. Furthermore, a shrink zone will spawn. The second one of this phase instead, is the one of because I consider this boss the easier. It starts to spawn continuously two type of AoE zones, one red and one green. The red zone will give you a debuff, while the green one will repair a lot of HP to your ship if in it. So, if you reach this point, the victory is probably 100%. Ghost of Christmas Future. The Queen of the Dungeon, the last boss. It has a huge amount of HP and it doesn't cause damage directly, but it will spawn a minion every tot seconds that will do this, and it needs to be killed as fast as possible, because it's strong. The boss has also a special effect around it, and if you are too near, or touch it, the speed of the ship will be decreased. So, keep distance, since the speed is very important. During all the fight, two types of AoE will spawn on the map. One is a white moving circle that cause a high amount of damage if the ship is in it. The other instead are three purple zones, that spawn near your ship and will give you a debuff, lowering the damage prevention for tot seconds. When the boss reach tot HP, it start to spawn minions that cause damage if touched. Sometimes, it spawn also a chain of fate under the ship that will block you. Kill it as fast as you can, using also rockets and mines if needed. As a last surprise, when the final boss is killed, there is a chance to spawn potpourri. A special cauldron that when killed, will spawn lot of glitters and gift to collect and receive lot of rewards, with also a little chance to receive one of the puzzle piece for the base event design to unlock. There are also 3 different rankings for the dungeon, all with a good amount of prices, and that will end with the base event. One about the number of dungeon completed without dying. One based on how much time you needed to complete the abyss. And one based on points made by killing the bosses. Before continue, just want to point out that in the dungeon there will be 2 type of portals. Yellow and purple. The purple one is in a fixed position, located on the other side of the spawn location, and can be used to exit from the map. The yellow instead, can be used to continue with the waves. It will spawn after the kill of the wave admiral and of the boss. In the second case, the spawn location is random. To help on finding the yellow portal, there is also the Harbinger of Light, the same item used in Halloween Dungeon, and the enemy tracker, a specific item of the Frozen Abyss, that when used will display in minimap the position of the NPCs still alive of the current wave. Both the items can be done into the dungeon, or bought into the specific market. Okay, this was all. Now you know everything about the Frozen Abyss and can try to complete it, choosing the companion you like more. But, before closing this video, let's play a run of it, trying to reach a good wave, since the event is just started and my companions are without buffs. I've just done a bit of humbugs to take at least the damage prevention personal buffs, that will help me a lot. Enjoy!
Chasing shadows, fighting battles. I've been on my own for a while, let them say I'm doing better. I've been broken, but now I'm going. I've been on the road of I made it through. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. Lizards in my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. Lizards in my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. Lizards in my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. Lizards in my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. First class, alright, but you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright, but you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright, but you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright, but you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright,
This was just an introduction. More videos will come about the frozen abyss during the event, but for now, as always, thanks for watching. See you soon.